guys, so today I'm going to be doing a advice video for high school and my experience and all that kind of stuff. Questions concern like sports and how to get involved and how to make a lot of friends. And my advice to you would be, I would definitely play sports if you're a sports person. I played softball throughout my whole life, so I already knew I was going to play softball in high school. And it was a great experience just because I'm still close with all of the girls I played softball with. And those are basically like my main friends. Still, I kind of talk to other people that I didn't really play sports with, but I'm really close to the people that I did play sports with in high school. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to play sports just because I want to hang out with my friends after school and I won't have time and all this stuff. Trust me, everyone... Well, I don't know about your guys' high school, but in my high school, everyone played sports. And when I wasn't in sports, I felt like, oh my gosh, like everyone's in sports and I'm not, so what am I supposed to do? Like, I got so bored. And I would definitely recommend doing that just because it's a great experience, a great thing for friends. And you guys hang out with like other sports teams, like softball team hung out with baseball, like we were best friends with them, still am best friends with all the baseball players from high school. You guys all hang out on the weekends and you guys are like have stuff in common, so it's really fun to get to know people that have stuff in common with you, just like YouTubers. You guys are all friends and it's just a great way to make friends and friends that will last a long time. Another thing is that a lot of people say, oh well, I need to focus on school. With sports, you definitely have time and you make those friends, and a lot of you guys are in the same grade, so you guys help each other out, which was a lot of help for me just because we all were in the same kind of classes. So we all helped each other. Our coaches would have like study hall kind of. So we were always like on top of our school, and if you didn't have the grades, you couldn't play. So it's kind of hand in hand. It helps you, pushes you towards doing good in school, and it helps you make friends and all those kinds of things. One thing I do recommend in high school is don't get stuck in cliques, because that's what a lot of people think, like, oh, these are my main friends, like I'm gonna stick with my main friends and I don't want to talk to anyone else because we're the best, and you know how, well, that's how it goes in high school. And my advice for me would be, I wasn't the kind of person that just stuck with my group of friends and didn't talk to anyone else. I talked to the baseball players, soccer players, cheerleaders, swimmers, all that. Like, I made friends with a lot of different kind of people. So it was just definitely, it's a good, way better experience than just having one group of friends, just because you learn a lot about people and you have friends for a really long time that are just like to do different things, and it's not the uncool thing to do. Like, that's probably the best advice I could give to you, is not sticking within cliques, because it seems like it's fun for a while, but after a while it's just like, oh, I hang out with these people, and I mean, it's just better if you have more and different kinds of friends. So I would definitely recommend that for you guys. Just like talk to people, don't be shy, everyone's normal. Don't think those people are better than me, I can't go talk to them, because trust me, they're probably thinking the same thing towards you. And other advice I could give to you guys would be, I know, well, I think mostly all girls are kind of the same, and there's always problems between girls, and that's how it's always been. It's probably always going to be like that just because that's how it is. And throughout my high school, I did have a lot of problems with girls, just because one girl would get mad that I talked to their boyfriend, or just something along those lines, or someone would get mad at somebody and it would just be a big old scene, and it was just drama that was unnecessary. And I look back at it now and I'm like, what was I thinking, or what were they thinking getting mad at me because of that? Like, really? I know you can't really avoid it, but, well, you can avoid it by just like blow it off. Like, don't waste your time. I used to waste my time and like get into arguments with people, and someone said something to me, I'd say it back, and I would just we'd go back and forth at it. And I look back at it now and I'm like, honestly, like, to make someone, like, if I say something to someone else and they say something back, I feel like, oh, I made her mad, or blah blah, like, she's mad, so I did my job and that's it. But if you were to say something to someone and they don't say anything back and just look at you like, yeah, you're definitely dumb for saying something to me for no reason, like, you just look dumb, I would be 10 times madder and be like, okay, it's not working, so what do I do now? So I would just ignore them. It's like, it's better than like starting a huge scene and you're just like the bigger person. And that's probably like the best advice I could give you guys for that. Like, you're always gonna have that one girl that doesn't like you for no reason at all. No reason at all. And I had a lot of people at my high school that would just not like me for certain times, and then I'd talk to them like, why don't you like me? I don't understand. And after a while it would just brush off. But yeah, I look at it now and it's just a joke. Like, what was I thinking, and why did I not like her? Why, like, there was no reason not to like her. And that's basically my advice for that, is don't get stuck into that kind of stuff. And don't, like, a lot of girls in high school are like, oh my god, I'm gonna find the like boyfriend, blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. I met my boyfriend in my end of freshman year, and I've been with him ever since. And I know that's kind of contradicting myself, but a lot of girls go to high school with the concept in their head that I want a boyfriend and I'm gonna get a boyfriend and it's gonna happen. Don't go into high school thinking like, I need to find a boyfriend like now, because that's what all the high schoolers do. Because it's not. A lot of my friends didn't have boyfriends. I was like the main one that had a boyfriend. And I love every second of it, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying for you guys not to go there looking for one, because it's not going to happen like that. I wasn't going in, freshman year was just horrible. I talked to I didn't care who I talked to. I talked to everyone, hung out with everyone. It was just me time and hanging out with whoever I wanted to. And it was a lot of fun. And I met my boyfriend, his name is Chad, and yeah, it kind of just happened. It wasn't planned, so it was like happened naturally. And I absolutely love him now, and it's great. But for high schoolers, if it's not there, don't push it, because one day it will happen and you will fall in love, and you just can't rush into things with people. And high school is all about having fun, and I had a great time in high school, even with a boyfriend, because we always used to hang out together. We hung out with the same people, still did everything I wanted to do. He didn't like control me and stuff like that. Definitely don't get a boyfriend that controls you, because that's just wrong. And like, a lot of people say like, well, didn't you miss out a lot in high school because he had a boyfriend? No, I didn't. Not at all, because he hung out with his friends. I hung out with my friends. We had the same friends in some groups and stuff like that. So it wasn't, I didn't waste any time. Like, a lot of people say like, high school you should be having fun, you should be having boyfriends. That's wrong. Like, no.